is that if you had to communicate with your friend right now, would you call? Would you call or send a text message? Most likely you will send a text message. Or now you have to even send a text message and ask, can I call? Right? That's kind of weird. It's supposed to be, this is supposed to be a phone, right? It's not supposed to be a text messenger. Anyway, there are many, text messenger service in the world, right? And we have been using them for more than a decade. I remember, I think WhatsApp came out in 2009 or something like that. Anyway, so basically, it's changing our lives. Now, everyone feels more comfortable sending text messages rather than calling him or her directly. But that wasn't the case before the introduction of cell phones. Remember the time when you called your girlfriend and you didn't really know who's going to pick up the phone, right? It's random. It could be your girlfriend, Rachel, or it could be your mom. I mean, her mom, it could be her dad. And if your girlfriend's mom calls, that picks up the phone and you say, hi, Mrs. Smith, this is John. Can I speak to Rachel? And mom will say, hey, Rachel, come. John is on the phone. And then you can hear Rachel coming to the phone, and then you get to speak with her. Hi, Rachel. Hi, baby. Now, if the father picks up the phone, then I hang up because I'm scared to talk to her father, right? I'm sure you had this experience, right? So basically, like say for example, this incident, right? You're getting a call from your friend, but then I'm sure you had this situation where you press message and say, hey, can I call back later? Because you just didn't, you can still pick up the phone, but you're just too scared. You don't even know what this guy's going to talk to you. So you press message and say, can I call back later? And you don't talk, right? The response is, this is true responses, right? True responses saying that people like to speak on the phone. Talking on the phone, this blue color is less than 10%. It is less than 10%, less than 5% to be in fact, all right? When you, and thirdly, when you work from home, your engagement level comes down, and you know it, right? Just like these workers who's wearing, normal office attire at the top, and they have some funky lower part because it's not visible. You don't know whether I'm wearing pants or no, right? I mean, you don't know that. There is a vague distinction between work and chill when you're working from home. There is no on and off switch. Your work is your work, your work is your home, and your home is your work. So at the end of the day, your daily routine starts at 12 p.m. You're not washed, you're wearing the same shirt for 3 days, and you miss the smell of people. And take a look at this cartoon, yeah? It says, hi, everyone, and then you mute and you video off. I can also see people video off here, yeah? Blah, blah, blah. You're doing something else 1 hour later. Okay, so let's continue this tomorrow. And then you unmute and you video on and say, thank you, everyone, bye. Oh, I'm exhausted. And next, we have to touch upon the technical challenges as well. Not every employee is tech savvy, and for some people, encountering a technical pop-up window is not easy to solve. I don't even know what this thing says, right? Imagine you're doing this video call just like right now, and your microphone stops working, or your microphone is on and it's loud outside, and meeting participants are yelling at you to shut off the mic, and you don't know how to do. And you start to panic. Oh no, what should I do, right? Also, there have been some rising concerns associated with cybersecurity as employees are not IT specialists, right? So come back to work and let the IT team do the difficult task for you. You just work, right? Last but not least, working from home can be a big threat to teamwork. According to Professor Eisenman, when teamwork is lost, creativity will also disappear. He argues remote work often breaks the mechanisms that allow a team to work closely together creatively. Studies have found that the best creative work occurs when a team is in a state of flow, or the team focuses its collective attention on a single problem together, known as team flow. But remote work makes it harder to keep everyone engaged in solving that problem. So teamwork is dead. So all in all, we want you back in the office. We care for your marriage. We want you to, we don't want you to feel lonely. We want to see fire burning in your eyes, and we will take care of your IT problems. So come to work. Our IT specialists will take care of all your IT issues. And last but not least, we want you to be creative. So I think I did Elon Musk's job to give them the right reason to work from home. But what's interesting is that not many organizations have communicated with their employees on the post-pandemic work, right? According to the survey conducted by the same McKinsey, 68% of workers responded that they are not communicated, right, about what's going to happen after the pandemic. Only 32% answered that they are well communicated. That is why we need alignment, right? So first of all, let me give you this one interesting kind of like a video. So if one human fights one tiger one-on-one, who's going to win, right? If imagine you inside a room, you and the lion one-on-one, who's going to win? Well, if we had the fireball ability and the uppercut ability of Ryu, I think that the human can win. But in reality, we don't have this skill set. I think this is what's likely to happen, right? But if 1,000 humans fight 1,000 tigers, who's going to win? Who do you think is going to win? Definitely humans. So individually, if you fight a lion one-on-one, they will lose. But if you fight 1,000 to 1,000, humans can win. So individually, one person, individually, humans are very weak. However, on a collective level, teamwork level, humans demonstrate amazing power. The power to stand at the top of the food chain and the power to rule the world, right? So if humans are aligned, organizations can demonstrate supernatural powers. But unfortunately, on a global level, only 21% of employees are engaged in their work. And if we dissect the engagement level by geography, we're actually proud to see Southeast Asian employees' engagement level at 24%, but I think it's still very low. So there's a lot of alignment to be made across all organizations, across all geographical location. Now, alignment is important because it's the foundation for people within the organization to bond together for the same goal and execute seamlessly. So let me give you a quick example of an alignment at work, yeah? Let's say the organization's vision is to explore Indonesia's diverse history and culture. Check, right? The mission this year is get to the Buddhist temple of Borobudur. Check. Borobudur is a Buddhist temple, right? That looks like this. Buddhist temple in a Muslim world. So yes, it falls into the vision of explore Indonesia's diverse history and culture. Now, in terms of strategy, there could be several strategies, right? Take the train, take the plane, take the car, take the bike. Now, if we choose to take the car, check, then the tactics could be drive through Bandung, drive through Cirebon. So we decide to drive through Bandung. So if everything is aligned and everybody takes the car, drives through Bandung, then the corporate vision and the mission will be easily achievable because humans on a collective level demonstrate amazing power. But if some people say, oh, you know what, I want to take the train. Oh, you know what, I want to take the airplane. Or some unrealistic, like take the rocket, let's teleport, let's walk. These are very misaligned kind of organization. Now, let me take a look, a deeper dive into alignment. What is alignment? Alignment is to share the vision and mission of the organization and reach an agreement within the members of the organization. The aligned members need to agree on a business strategy and how to execute it. This becomes a competitive differentiator when leaders align around a shared vision to drive faster and more effective innovation. Now, why is alignment so important? Well, according to multiple research reports, right, when organizational members are aligned on a strategy, that organization tends to overperform or outperform over long periods of time. So at the end of the day, it is not I who is important in this game, but we that matters. Aligned we that matters. So the question is, how do we get organizations to be successfully aligned? First, you need to ask the question, why, not what? It's critical to have the organizational members understand the goal and creating consensus of why we do what we're doing. I think the Golden Circle by Simon Sinek is a perfect way to explain why some organizations and leaders are able to inspire while where others are not. The Golden Circle has 3 layers. We have the why at the core, which explains why you do what you do. Why you do what you do. It's the purpose of your existence and the motivating force behind your dedication to the organization's mission. How here, second layer, is the circle which explains how you do what you do. And what is the final layer in the golden circle? Simply what you do, right? Now, everyone in the world knows exactly what they do. You're selling cars, you're providing, you're making phones, you provide brokerage service, you provide internet services, landline services, etc., etc. Now, some know how they can do it right, whether it's through differentiation strategy or by adopting the state-of-the-art technology, et cetera, but very, very, very few people or organizations know why they do it. Ask yourself right now. I mean, even Solusi Sinergi digital employees, ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. At Mirae, I'm more than sure everyone knows why we're doing what we're doing, right? The mission, the goal, the purpose, the reason why you go to work every day, why you wake up every day, wash your face and take a shower and then come to work, and do what you're doing. Why do you do that? That is why, because people don't know the why, it's very natural for people to think from the outside to the inside part of the circle. So most of the time, people tend to talk about what they do and how they do it, but most fail to discuss why they do what they do, right? Let's take Apple, for example, right? Apple. If Apple were to be a normal organization, their marketing strategy will look something like this. What? We make great smartphones. How? They're seamlessly designed, beautiful, user-friendly. Do you want to buy one? It's not catchy enough. But in reality, this is how Apple actually communicates. They start with the why. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo and we think differently. How? The way we challenge the status quo is by making our phones and products beautiful, simple to use, and user-friendly. What? We just happen to make great smartphones. You want to buy one? Yeah, I think I'll buy it right away. A very big contrast, right? While you are buying Apple's smartphone, you're also buying their why, the purpose. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do. That is why the first step in alignment is to spread the why part of your organization. Secondly, once you have agreed upon the why part of the alignment, it's time to share it across the organization. Let the vision and mission of the company reach out to every corner of the organization and let the alignment work its way into the hearts of the organization. At Mirae, we have regular monthly communication called Town Hall Meeting with all our employees. Lastly, organizations need to make sure the reward mechanism is in place. Rewards can be in the form of money and or praises, right? There is an old saying in Korea that compliments can even make a whale dance. Even a big whale will dance if you compliment and praise it. Also, it's important to highlight that peer-to-peer recognition has positive relationship with employee engagement. 90% of workers noted that a values-based peer-to-peer recognition made them more satisfied with their work. So we encourage you to compliment your peer workers' accomplishments frequently. Now, the moral of the story, Before we get into the moral of the story, I just want to let our audience, be reminded that Mirae as Securitas, we run and operate a YouTube channel. And within the YouTube channel, we have a playlist called EUREKA. And in EUREKA, you can, watch some of the, fantastic ideas that, I share with our clients and also our employees, all right? So this is the conclusion, guys. Leadership is 1% vision, 99% alignment. Yes, it's important to have a strong and powerful vision and mission statement. However, the more difficult part is to have everyone within the organization to align with that vision and mission, all right? Secondly, we need to understand why we're doing what we do and have all members align with that vision. Again, people don't buy what you're doing, they buy the why you're doing. Thirdly, on an individual level, we're very weak. We can't even win a tiger one-on-one. However, on a collective level, we demonstrate amazing power. The secret ingredient, again, is alignment, right? So, welcome back to work. Hope to see you again. Back to you, Arfi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shim, for the insightful topic. I believe what you delivered is a whole new learning experience for us all. So what we can understand from Mr. Shim's presentation is that alignment is the essence of a collective or any organization for it to function as needed and to fulfill its visions. Through understanding the organization's visions, communicating them within the organization, and coming up with a form of rewarding and recognizing the effort within an organization are some steps into realizing said alignment. All right, thank you to all participants. We have finally arrived at the question and answer session. For those curious to know more, please feel free to type them down on the chat section or you may raise your hand so you may verbally communicate your question directly to Mr. Shim. We will allow questions starting now. Untuk yang ingin bertanya kepada Mr. Shim, dipersilakan untuk diketik di kolom chat atau bisa klik tombol raise hand.
If there's no question, I'll just, give my last kind of like comment, last, statement before, we close the session, if that's okay. We'll just give maybe 30 more seconds. And if there's no question, I'll just conclude my session with a quick speech.
All right, Mr. Shim. Maybe Pak Hermansyah, would you like to ask anything to our CEO?
No, I totally agree with what you're just saying and then explaining. And then thank you very much, Mr. Shim. Yeah, I mean, that's very touching. And then that's exactly what happened in our company as well. Yeah? So when you are telling that everyone needs to ask why. So essentially, that's literally law. I mean, we need to have some reasoning, some purpose that makes that you wake up in the morning, regardless how hard the works, regardless how difficult the challenges are, etc., but because of that particular purpose, the question of why, it makes you able to fight that heavy feeling in the morning, right? So that's the thing. Now, the question is that based on your experience, so how to communicate that why so it will be inside everybody's brain, because that's another challenges. I know that in this time nowadays, yeah, technology, connectivity are everywhere, but need to also remember the distortion is very huge as well. So therefore, regardless, we try to how can I say, infuse a particular message, but the distortion is also huge, a lot of noises, something like that. So how is your best experience, Mr. Shim?
So thank you very much, Harmasat. So basically, I think that's a very important question. And let me just try to put it this way. Here, let me just quickly share this. So this is our, our vision, right? Vision and mission. Everybody knows this. Everyone at Mirae knows this. Simply, we aim to democratize investing in Indonesia through access information, right? Before it was like, investing in the stock market was more of a privilege to a certain amount of people, but now we've democratized it with our state-of-the-art technology. Like you said, we were the one who disrupted the market with mobile HOTS and HOTS and neo HOTS, mobile HOTS, right? Before, people always had to call their brokers, hey, beli Astra International 200 lot, yeah? But now we don't have to do that. They can just do it themselves. And also information, I want everybody to have equal amount of information for them to make investment decisions. That's why our vision and mission to democratize investing in Indonesia is widely respected by the market. Now, first of all, the vision, corporate vision and mission, the why part has to be very simple but yet powerful message. It cannot be very complex. It has to be very simple and powerful, right? And secondly, you cannot expect results to be like shown in just maybe a couple of months or a couple of years. For Mirae Asset, when we first came to Indonesia, our market share ranking was 13, number 13, 1-3, our market share. Now our market share is number 1 by far. We are like twice as big as Mandiri, say, for example. And the reason is because of this simple yet powerful vision, which all of our employees and clients love that journey. So it's a matter of how you communicate with employees as much as you communicate with clients. So Mirae Asset will be more than happy to expand the part on the client side, your potential client side. We're more than happy. But on the employee side, internal side, you have to make sure that you communicate regularly. As I mentioned here, you have to communicate regularly and try to come up with the consensus within the internal organization.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much, Pak Hermansyah, for asking, and Mr. Shim for your answer. If you have any closing speech, Mr. Shim, please.
Yeah, so simply, I think there was a question, I think, in the chat room. Arfi?
Yes, if you may allow me, it is a question for Pak Herman, actually.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, Pak Hermansyah, there is a question for you. Bagaimana kira-kira LKQ2 Wi-Fi, Pak? Apakah growth YOY dan QOQ? Apakah ada rencana bagi dividen tahun ini? Silakan Pak Hermansyah.
Baik. Ya, seperti yang sudah kami baru paparkan karena dari hasil dari RUPS tahunan yang kami laksanakan di bulan ini, bahwa laporan keuangan untuk 2021 peningkatan terjadi secara drastik, ya. Jadi gross revenue kami itu meningkat sebesar 8 kali, ya, hampir 400 miliar, terus juga net profit naik sampai 25 kali. Nah, pertanyaannya kan kenapa hal tersebut bisa kami achieve, ya. Nah, ini semua itu terjadi karena tadi kalau misalnya melihat ke jawaban explanation saya lah about search itu search itu apa sih gitu, ya. Jadi kan ada pilar connectivity, terus ada pilar digital business, terus juga ada pilar yang terakhir itu adalah advertisement lah, ya. Nah, di tahun 2021 kenapa achievement itu bisa terjadi? Karena memang recovery di dunia advertising itu terjadi, sudah mulai bouncing. Terus kemudian dengan semaraknya dunia digital, seperti yang tadi saya coba explain, bahwa tiap person itu membutuhkan penggunaan internet yang lebih besar, sehingga apps time-nya mereka meningkat, itu juga ngedrive revenue kami dari bisnis digital. Nah, di tahun 2022 ini yang sebenarnya ditunggu-tunggu sama klien-klien, ya. Jadinya investor itu menunggu bahwa revenue line dari search yang pilar utama itu, yang connectivity, itu akan mulai kicks in, ya. Jadi sejak dari semester 1 dari 2.800 km itu segmen ring 1 yang kami sebut ada di lokasi Jawa Barat lah kira-kira ya kalau diilustrasikan itu areanya sudah mulai beroperasi. Nah, terus kemudian dalam waktu dekat ini segmen tersebut akan kami perkuat dengan jalur-jalur baru sehingga pada dasarnya di tahun 2022 ini revenue kami akan diperkaya dengan revenue yang datang dari connectivity ini. Jadi ya tunggu saja tanggal nanti kami melaporkan tentang revenue, cuman inline dengan perkembangan growth industri digital di Indonesia dan industri internetan, kita juga sesuai dengan potensial yang ada. Tapi yang mau saya garis bawahi bahwa revenue dari connectivity akan mulai tercatat lah di tahun 2022 ini. Demikian dengan Pak Rizal ya jawabannya Pak. Pak Rizal Pak Naga, sorry.
Pak Naga, Pak, betul sekali. Baik, terima kasih Pak Herman untuk jawabannya. Dikarenakan kita sudah selesai untuk sesi Q&A, untuk Mr. Shim, would you like to say any closing greetings?
So yeah, I think there's there's this growing concern about the global financial market, and I think there's going to be a lot of volatility going forward due to the fact that the inflationary pressures are building up quite fast, and the global central banks are raising interest rates to tame that inflation. So I think the global financial market is going to be wobbly until the end of the year, and there's nothing we can do about it because it's a macro issue, right? It's a systemic risk. So I would highly recommend that our clients, our partners, be a little bit more conservative when making their investment decisions. And within Mirae Asset, we have this platform called Navi, which is a mutual fund platform. And within the mutual fund platform, there's one asset class that I would highly recommend that you to look into right now at this stage, which is called money market fund. It's a fund that provides safety as well as high yield, and it is not subject to tax objects, so it's basically tax-free. All right. So if you don't know what product we're talking about, what I'm talking about, please reach out to our Mirae Asset investment specialists, and they will explain everything to you. Back to you, Arfi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shin. Thank you to all questioners too. We greatly appreciate you. For those who haven't acquired their answer, I hope at our next meeting we get to explore it more. We have finally arrived at the end of this event. Before we go, please let me document this event with a group photo session. Therefore, for participants who have not turned on their camera, please activate your camera and use the virtual background that has been shared earlier. Bagi yang belum menyalakan kamera, dipersilakan untuk menyalakan kamera agar kita bisa mengambil foto dokumentasi acara. Baik, saya akan hitung mundur dari 3. Please show us your biggest smile. 3, 2, 1. Sekali lagi. 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. Thank you again to Mr. Taeyong Shim and Mr. Herman Shaharyono. To all coordinators and participants, I express my deepest gratitude. Thank you all for attending today's EUREKA corporate event themed on alignment. See you at our next EUREKA event. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.